Do you believe serial criminals are influenced by their environment or genetically made up?
Environment, for sure.
Do you believe criminals are influenced by their environment or genetics?
Mostly environment.
Why?
By the standards that we keep in the records that the federal government keeps to the FBI. We have found that those who have that have been raised in a violent home have a tendency to express that as a normal way of life because that's all they're used to. About some of them that I have been on, I consider them, yeah, they're sick. You know, the Browley brothers are a good example. They were psychopathic. To me, that is a sickness. It was no different from them to go down to 7-Eleven and buy a six-pack than it was to kill 7 people for $5. So, you know, yes, I think, yes, that they would, you know, they have sicknesses, they have illnesses. Crimes of passion, no. They temporary insanity, if you want to call it that. You know, husband and wife, he walks in, she's having an affair with somebody, he walks in on it, he loses it, bam. He might not ever do anything anywhere close to that again, but in the heat of that moment, he lost touch with reality.
Do you think more are males or females?
Hold on. Females are catching up, but right now, males are leading.
Do you think they lack morals?
Absolutely.
Do they come from troublesome homes?
Most.
And are they usually poor or wealthier?
A lot of them are poor, but I saw my fair share of those who had everything to lose. And out of excitement or whatever they needed, they turned their life.
It depends on their crime.
Please explain.
Well, if they're a child molester, probably not. But if they do something like stealing like a candy bar or something, then yes.
I'm never going to say they can't. My run with them is no. Most of the crimes that I went on, I'd say no, because a lot of what I went on was not like the homicides and all like that. I mean, I went on my fair share. I probably went on 15 homicides. In that case, yeah, aggression does play a part in it.
Why do most criminals repeat their crimes?
Part of it is the process that we use today. For years, going to prison was rehabilitation, and that doesn't work. You need to establish a fear that if I do this, my life is just going to be miserable. Also, you got to realize that these people that have been in for a while are what we call institutionalized. I went with a sergeant 100 miles, still in my state, to pick up a guy wanted in bank robbery from our jurisdiction that been caught on the interstate. And we got him in the car, and we would ride down the road. He said, "Don't turn your back on me because I'll kill you." And I'm like, "Okay, no problem. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Let's see who wins." He says, "See, you think you're doing something bad to me, because you're taking me to prison. He says, I'm 26 years old. 13 of my 26 years I've been in some kind of penal institution. I'm going home. 97% of all criminals go back to prison within 24 months of leaving.